So at last week's WeLearning, I talked a bit about how you can tweak Scoopit to make it more effective and save yourself some time. And rather than regurgitate all that, I thought I'd just do a quick screencast to show you some of the ways that you can do this. So I've created a new topic for WeLearning because we're going to start curating some stuff on there as well. And I can take you through the basic setup process. So all I've done is create one topic called learning curves, and if you go into your topic, this is what you get. So you get your suggested content down the left. Now I'll just show you how I got this content. Go to manage sources, and all I've done so far is give it a name and then stick in some keywords here that are relevant to various things we do with WeLearning. And over on the right you've got your selected sources. These are the defaults. So you've got YouTube, Twitter, if we go back down, we've got Google News, Google Blogs, and a bit further down still, that's it really. So that's all they do now. And it will search each of your keywords and all of your keywords together in each of those particular ways. So let's have a look at the results that gives us. Legal marijuana dispensary targeted by police. That's not particularly relevant to WeLearning. Looking down here, there's nothing really I'm particularly interested in on here. So we're not getting very useful stuff. There's a little bit on gamification which we put in there, and yeah, Andre's that's a good blog. But I think we can make this work for us a bit better. So what we can do is go to manage sources and go to advanced options. And now we can see it gives us some new options of searching stuff. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take my RSS feeds that I've already got in Google Reader, and I want to upload them here instead. In fact, I'm going to get rid of all of these, and I can just do this. Now, you might think it's a bit extreme deleting all of these, but based on past experience of other topics that I've created, it's not. So you're better off starting from scratch. And if you've used Google Reader for any amount of time and you've got any blogs that you follow, then I would recommend we start there. So I'm going to hop over to Google Reader, and what you could do is copy and paste all of the different RSS feeds that you've got in here. But that's quite hard work. So what we want to do is find a quick way of doing it. And luckily there is one. If you go over to settings and go to reader settings, this is all in Google Reader, and we're going to go import export, and all we need to do is that's import, we want to export, so we want an OPML file. An OPML file is just a bundle of RSS feeds. Pretty simple. Click download. There we go. It's downloading now. So we go back over to Scoopit and go to our options over here. Find the file. So we're looking for an XML file, and it's this one here, Google Reader subscriptions. It uploads it, and bang, there we go. Everything out of my Google Reader, all of the feeds now up here, and I can tick which ones I want and which ones I don't want. So I can just select all of them. Let's take a couple out. And then just click add. And there you go. You can add as many different feeds in that way as you like. So we've just added 20 or 30 feeds really quickly. And now you can see they're all on here. And this gives you even more options, because with an RSS feed it lets you have sub-filters for each feed. So you can add a contains or does not contain term. So let's say contains game. And you can add even more. And you can add more subfilters. I'm not quite sure how many you can do because this is quite a new feature. And I'm not 100% sure what difference it's going to give you over using the keywords in your topics, but it definitely gives you more control. So we've got a good range of sources there, but what about other ways to get data in there? Well, I use Digo quite a lot, and Digo has lots of RSS feeds as well. So if I take one of my Digo lists, let's say let's take my group. So we have a We Learning group, which we stick stuff in. So then you can just right click over the RSS icon, copy link address, and then go back to Scoopit. Go back over, advanced options, paste it, add it, and there you go. There's another source for Scoopit to search for you. So let's think about, what about individual blogs? So it's obviously a pretty normal place to get stuff. So let's take this blog over here, which is a Tumblr. So again, just right click over the RSS link, wherever that is, copy link address, and go back to Scoopit. Don't worry that that's already in there, because it's been carried over to the right hand column. So we've got it. There we go. So that's some pretty easy ways of adding stuff over there. But what else can we do? Well, one thing you might want to do is Twitter. You can obviously search your Twitter lists for particular users, but what's really useful is you can search hashtags. So, for instance, there was a really interesting conference last week called Playful 12, and I think that's going to have some interesting content for one of our future relearnings. So I'd really like to know if people publish blogs around that and share any links that are in there. So I'm going to add that to our feed as well. You can also search for SlideShare. This is fairly new, but again, that could be really useful. So now we've got some different sources. Let's see what it comes up with. Now, when you change all your sources, it takes Scoopit a little while to run a new query for it. So we have to. So there we go. We are back up to our full complement. The number up by your topic name tells you how many posts you've got waiting to be. Well, how many posts have been suggested. So 100 is the limit normally, and we can scan down now and have a look and see if they look any better than the first set. So you can see these are much more in line with the kind of stuff that we're interested in. It's still going to require a bit of pruning, a bit of editing, some extra filters maybe. So design chat tends to come up with a lot of interesting stuff, but probably not a lot of stuff that's going to be that good for relearning. So we'll probably get rid of that one in a minute. Or maybe just add some filters so that we don't get things like logos and design elements coming up quite so much. You can see here from Twitter, these are tweets that have come on the Playful 12 hashtag that we added. And we can see where all these different RSS feeds are coming from as well that we added. You can see Design Chat's quite a prolific blog. So that's just a few ways that you can hopefully tailor Scoopit to work for you and help you to find good content.